was very close to stopping his opponent. He always says he wants the knockouts, but this time I'm going to speak to him about how close he feels he can get to it this weekend against the Spanish prospect. Idris will be coming up in a moment as well. Should we get to it?
Yeah, and just even more, just to go back on the Mckennas, because I really think these two fights for the Mckennas are going to be really, might steal the show. Like you have, I think every time Aaron and Stevie get into the ring, it could go at any second, and that's something we discussed as a team that, I think when you're looking at the TV schedule, get a float in behind it, because I think it could go in any of the opening rounds. But I think with these two opponents, you're looking at Abdulaziz Quardy, who, he's actually had more 8-rounders than Stevie's had fights. So he brings a wealth of experience. He brings a wealth of experience to the ring. He's travelled over to Russia, so he's well travelled before. He knows what he's doing, and he went over with a Russian who was 33-2, years beyond where Stevie is at the moment, and held his own, won a couple of rounds, went the distance, and I think he'll have every right to come back and really feel his way into this fight. And even with Aaron, he's fighting a tough Mexican, and something we discussed earlier, it's kind of 2021 is really the year of the Mexicans. You had Mauricio Lara knocking out Josh Warrington in sensational fashion. Aaron's countryman James Hennessy got knocked out by Giovanni Straffon. Even the last 2 weekends, you had Isaac Lowe last weekend getting knocked out by a Mexican fighter who came over to York Hall and put on a great performance. The weekend before that, Jay Harris down at flyweight got beat by a Mexican again coming over. So I think, speaking to Carlos Gallegos coming over here, boxing kind of produces these stories where, speaking to him on the way here, this is his first time outside of Mexico. He's 23 years of age. He's coming over here, and this is an opportunity to change his life, really. And I think this is the first time that Aaron's probably been in with somebody who's just as ambitious to get the win on the night.
Without further ado, we'll bring up Michael Hennessey Jr. now. Good to see you back after a good performance November the 13th. You were peppering his head off for that entire fight. It was a good performance. You got a stoppage in the one before, but it was another good performance. First of all, how are you? How's things?
Yeah, things are great. Thanks, Joe. It's great to be boxing again before the end of the year. Absolutely delighted, especially to be down south, like locally, not too far from me. Should be getting a good crowd there, and I can't wait to the atmosphere. So.
Yeah, kind of talk to us about the matchmaking behind this fight. Obviously, eight wins for Michael, 10 fights. We're close to a big 2022, but this one he needs to win in good style in order to get those big fights next year.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's something that I know the guys behind in the background have been talking about, and just getting that right opponent to really push Michael on until kind of the bigger title fights in 2022. And I think certainly the last kind of 12 months has been a punch perfect performances for Michael. So again, I'm looking forward to Friday night.
Just on what I've just said, how important is this Friday specifically to put in a good performance? Because 2022 has potential. We know you're Mick Hennessey's son. You've got the name already, but you need to put in stable performances now to get those big fights.
Definitely. It's always very important to me to put on a great performance. And I'll be stepping up to an 8-rounder in my first fight next year. So I wanna look good in this one and have a good step up at the start of the year next year. So.
How do you think you're gonna progress up in terms of rounds?
I'll have a good few 8-rounders. I'm literally turned 22 a few weeks ago, so I've got all the time in the world, and all good things take time. So there's no rush with me. I'm young, and I plan on being a dark horse in this sport. To be honest with you, coming through slowly and quietly, and then bursting on the scene at some point, for sure.
Do you feel like we're far away from that moment, you bursting out the scene, because you're at the level where you're fighting people who not many people have heard of yet? But when you are, like I say, in 2022 fighting for those titles, do you feel like you're ready to put on huge performances?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking to have some good step-ups next year and really make a name for myself in the boxing scene. So, it should be a big year, 2022, for sure.
And how did you find the last fight in particular? You were in, as you said beforehand, the best shape of your life. You were lighter than you've been for a long, long time.
Yeah, no, I was very happy with the performance. I think I was a bit harsh on myself on the night. I was just upset not to get the stoppage, but he's a very tough man in there. And when I watched it back, I thought, you know what, it was actually a really good performance, and I was happy with it. So, yeah. And
Fran, your sister, winning titles, national champion. Now you must be happy. It runs in the family.
Absolutely, I was over the moon for her. She boxed absolutely brilliantly. I got a little bit emotional, to be honest with you. And it's just it motivated me to push that bit harder because I'm the second in the family now, so I got to up my game a little bit for sure.
Kind of, this is a request from me to you. We need to see Michael in a big fight. Try and get him a title fight in 2022, please.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'd love to see it just as much as you would. I think he's going at a really good pace now. He started off his career so quickly, and as I said, he's had tougher matches than most prospects coming through. And I really think that, you know, punch for punch, he's been faultless, really. And I know the team that he has behind him will really be looking to just, you know, pick little pieces to make improvements and go into a big 2022.
Can't do that without a big performance this Friday, though. So look forward to it. Thank you for joining us, starting off the press conference. Now we'll be joined by the one and only Mr. Love Island. Is that what we call him? How's it going? How are we?
Sound. We know what? We've got to keep this short and sweet. All right, we're
Why is
behind the
that?
schedule right about now, so let's keep this short and sweet.
Let's talk us through the suit first of all.
Let's order the Peaky Blinders, you know what I mean? Part of Birmingham, so I thought I might as well dress the part.
No, you brought some water to the stage. It's only me and Scott, so are we safe?
No, you're not.
That could be for me.
Idris, good to see you once again. Let's go straight to your last performance last month, November the 13th. Before we talk about this Friday, you got a Spanish prospect this Friday who you're fighting, and he's coming to fight, he's coming to win. That's going to be a good one. But on November the 13th, you were close to getting the stoppage. You looked frustrated at the end. Do you feel as if it's a case of you can't keep trying too much in order to get that stoppage because it never will come, and there's a bit of frustration there? Could you admit that?
I'll admit there 100% there was frustration in that fight, but it just proves in the pudding. As soon as I let my hands go, a knockout can be produced and a knockout can happen. So obviously for this fight on this Friday, I'm going to be relaxed, collective, and do the talking in the ring.
How do you kind of calm him down before fights? Because he talks a lot, and not often. He might not always back that up. Do you have to kind of keep him grounded sometimes?
No, I mean, Idris in the gym is a different character to what you see here. He's quite a serious dude who's you know, he does everything we ask of him on the sparring and everything. So we've been getting results on that. It just takes time to get the crossover. So hopefully this time you will see more about where he's going and how good he's going to become. So,
What in particular have you been working on since November the 13th?
it's the same kind of stuff we've been working on all the time, but it's just taking it time. You can do it in the ring, but you've got to then produce it on the night. Taking it to, he's got to take it from the gym into the ring.
Yeah.
And my style is slightly different to what he's used to. I don't believe we've really seen that yet, and hopefully on Friday night we will. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Friday night in particular, you've called out so many people: Jake Paul, Nathan Heaney, Tommy Fury, KSI. You call yourself Mr. Love Island. Do you feel like in order to back that up, you need a big knockout this Friday?
No, not really, because don't tell a fish ain't gonna fight me anyway, because they know I'm a threat. You know what I mean? Any of those YouTube fighters or celebrity boxers, they already know I'm a big threat. So if I get a knockout, they're just gonna hide in the tin cans and be more shaking the legs, and they wouldn't want to fight me, man. At the end of the day.
Were you disappointed with how the Jake Paul situation panned out? Obviously, you called out Jake Paul when Tommy Fury couldn't end up fighting him, but Tyron Woodley ended up with the fight. You must be a bit disappointed.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed because people think I'm just a reality TV star, just a Love Island. I can't box, you can't do this, can't do that. Yeah, but look at my record, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's not loads of knockouts on my record. So if you think I'm easy work, why not fight me? That's the big question mark. I want answers for that. Why are these opponents not fighting me? You know what I mean? If they don't think I'm all that. So this Friday night, let's just put a statement out there.
Do you feel like sometimes you might put a bit too much pressure on yourself, saying, like, calling out too many people?
No, because I know what I can do, you know what I mean? I'm the one, the only, the body breaker, so I'll back my words up.
And the most recent and the most realistic, if I was honest, is Nathan Heaney. That's a genuine back and forth, and it looks like you're both open for that fight as well.
Then again, another guy who's say they want to fight, Hennessy, obviously we are agreeing to fighting him next or whatever, but he hasn't made a phone call because they are scared. You know what I mean? Like, It's a simple phone call. I agree to fight him. I'll go to his back garden. I'll go to Stoke. I'll fight him in his hometown city. I'll fight him on Mars if I have to. You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever.
But this Friday, regardless, you obviously need to put in a big performance. Do you know much about your opponent?
Don't know too much about my opponent, but same result's going to happen. As I said before, I'm going to win or I'm going to knock them out, and that's it.
Unfortunately, Tommy's not fighting this weekend, but with Idris in the corner, obviously coming to London looking for a big performance. How much can we expect from Idris? What can we expect from him this weekend?
I think hopefully we see. Hopefully we see a big difference in him. We see him settling into his work, and I still see fireworks. So that's what we've been training for. So let's hopefully get the win how we want to get it. So I believe he can do it. So let's put it together and deliver.
Let's see it.
That's it. So tune in, everyone, on Hennessey YouTube channel. It's going to be an explosive performance by myself, the one, the only. Don't miss it. Get your popcorn ready. Get your wine ready. Make sure you put the kids in bed before the fight happens, but you know what I mean.
It's live and free. Don't miss it. He's got a lot to live up to, and the names that you call out, they can only come thick and fast if you put in a good performance this Friday.
Oh,
so thank you.
When?
We'll see. Live and free on the YouTube channel, the prelims at 5:30 p.m. And then Channel 5, it's live and free from 10:30. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have Stevie Mckenna next. Irish prospect, IBF World Youth title at welterweight. This one is going to be very, very, very exciting. Virgo as well. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Yeah, Stevie, just speaking about you and Aaron, you've got so much to live up to, and you've spoken about the likes of Florian Marcus, the Ryan Garcias. You've called out a lot of people and you seem very confident, but this fight on Friday, this is where everything that you've talked about can be put into action, and if you put in a big statement, then you can finally look at those opponents as realistic.
Yeah, this is a massive fight for me. I'm really looking forward to it, looking to pick up my first title. It's a 10-rounder and I'm more than prepared for it. I've trained my whole life for this. You know, this is my biggest fight to date, and I'm looking to put on a big fight and a big statement to all the welterweights out there that I'm coming from them all. Any of them that want to fight, I'm here waiting for them, and I just want to go in there and put on a destructive performance.
You always say you put on a destructive performance, and you always do. The last time was your opponent was out there within 2. But this one, knowing that people are going to have eyes on you, do you feel like it's important to get that KO for those reasons?
Yeah, well, I just worry about what I have to do in there and just do what I do best. You know, any fight I go out to entertain and knock the guy out, and I'm going to do the same on Friday night.
What are you making of Stevie's recent performance and the fact that Stevie and Aaron get a fight for youth world titles on the same card, first of all, is amazing?
Yes, definitely a tremendous occasion. It's not often you see 2 young Irish lads getting an opportunity to fight for Irish youth belts, so they're certainly going to rise to the occasion. It's going to be a special time in the Mckenna household because, you know, the boys have been training from they were 6 and 7 years of age, and we're very optimistic and very confident that we can come home with them belts.
You've called out the likes of Florian Marco, as I say, many times. What do you feel like you need to do to get that fight?
Just keep doing what I'm doing, but I don't think, you know, he wants to fight. There's a lot of guys out there, especially him. He says he'll fight anyone that he can't get a fight. I said I'll fight him. I'm here waiting on him, and I haven't heard anything back. So, you know.
Well, I'm sure he's watching now. What's your message to him?
I'm ready to fight whenever you are. But if you want to go down to 140 and hide, you know, you do that. But I'm here 147. I'm staying.
Do you feel like that's part of the reason he's gone down, or do you feel like there is a potential for you to go down? Are you happy to go down for that fight, or?
No, I'm a full 147. I'm 6'2" nearly. I'm a strong, hard-hitting welterweight, and you know he's only a wee small fella. He's probably better off down there with Conor Ben as well. He'd be as well going down.
Well, this weekend though, like we say, you have to put on a performance in order to get those fights. What can we expect from you?
Expect a devastating knockout. I'm going in there to do a job, and I'm going to bring home that IBF world title.
And your brother fighting just after you as well. It's exciting for you to be fighting on the same cards, but to fight for titles on the same cards. Brothers in boxing can only dream of this. I can't remember this happening for a long time.
Yeah, it's going to be a special night. The Irish are going to be in town, so you'll hear plenty of noise, and we want to bring the titles back home to Monaghan, our hometown, and do all our family and fans proud. So we're going to bring home the titles.
As a father, what does this fight on Friday, both fights, mean to you?
It's definitely, as I said before, it's a special occasion. Stevie hit the nail on the head. He says, the Fighting Irish are going to be in town. We certainly, with our, with the boys' fighting style, it's going to be certainly entertaining. Expect mayhem and fireworks, and God only knows what's going to happen. But we certainly intend to bring life to the party.
Certainly that life to the party. It's not hard to go and look at their records and see what they do. They bring devastation every single fight. Even if it's not a knockout, Aaron didn't get a knockout in his last fight, but it was a beautiful display throughout, body shots, head shots that were lethal. And the way they look into the opponent's eyes at the start of the fight when the ring walks are being made and they're getting announced. It's entertaining to watch, so do not miss these guys. Watch their fights, their most recent. Stevie's in particular won't take you very long, and it'll get you excited for this fight. 5:30 p.m. on the YouTube for the undercard, and 10:30 on Channel 5, live and free as always. Thank you very much, guys. Look forward to it this Friday. Nice one, mate. Cheers. Thank you. Joining me now, Aaron Mckenna and his opponent, Carlos Gallegos. Nice to meet you, mate. Carlos, Aaron, good to see you again. Carlos, I'm going to come to you first. Obviously, travelling abroad for this fight, you're the away fighter. How do you feel being the underdog? Are you motivated? Are you ready for this fight on Friday?
I feel good. First, thank you for opportunity. My first fight of title. No speak English. I speak English and. My team is Canelo brother, Boxeo Álvarez. Yo me siento muy preparado, listo para esta pelea.
He feels very ready for this fight.
Sí, mis sparrings son unos grandes sparrings. Changuito Macías, un rankeado mundialmente en el peso mediano. Y yo creo que hemos hecho un campamento muy grande de 3 a 4 meses.
Mike down there.
Yeah, so he's had very big sparring, very good sparring. It's been a very big camp, and he's completely ready for this fight.
Mis entrenadores tienen una vasta experiencia. Aquí presente Alex Herrera ha estado en esquinas de título mundial y yo he hecho una gran preparación para pelea de 8 o 10 rounds. Y pues nomás venimos a anunciar que estamos listos.
He said this is a great experience for him. Primera vez fuera de Mexico. It's his first time outside of Mexico, and he's so excited to be in the UK and to be part of this fight.
Does that worry you, being a Mexican fighter? Obviously, as Conor mentioned earlier, Mexicans often come to the UK. Mexicans in general, they always come for a fight, and they'll often surprise people when they're not actually expected to.
No, I know exactly what they're like, and they're good fighters, the Mexicans. I'm not worried about what he's going to do. I'm fully focused on what I'm going to do. I've travelled all over the world, and I've been in Mexico sparring the best there, and all over America, and I've fought many Mexicans before, and I know what they bring, so I'm more than ready for this fight.
What does it mean to you fighting for this WBC youth belt?
Yeah, it means a lot to finally fight for my first title. It's been a long time coming, and big thanks to Hennessy for getting this done for me. Really appreciate the work he's doing for me, and I'll be ready come fight night. This is what all the hard work's been doing in the gym, and I'll be ready come fight night.
Yeah, talk to us about, you were mentioning on the Hennessy YouTube page the other day about your inspirations, particularly about what you said about Mike Tyson. I thought that was very interesting when you're making that ring walk and getting in the mood, getting in the zone.
Yeah, that's it. That's the type of fighter I try to get into my style. I want to have his attitude. His attitude outside and inside the ring was amazing. Like, he has his opponent beat nearly just by the staring into his eyes before the fight. So that's what I try to incorporate into my fighting style.
A certain Kevin Ajarko signed for Eddie Hearn Matchroom Boxing very recently. Same weight as you, similar levels to you as well. Obviously, a big fight on Friday, and you cannot slip up. But Are you ready for those types of opponents and specifically?
Yeah, I'm ready for any middleweight out there. I'd fight any top middleweight in the world. Any of Eddie Hearn's fighters, all his middleweights, line them up and I'll beat them.
Do you know about him as a fighter?
Just seen a few bits of his fights. I haven't seen any of his pro fights, but if we both keep winning, it'll definitely make a big fight in Ireland.
A big fight in Ireland, certainly something that I think could happen with the likes of Brett McGinty at the Hennessy Sports Stable. Want to come to you first.
He just whispered to me that when you were talking about them having the sort of attitude of Tyson, he said he doesn't know Mexican boxers, so he's very confident about bringing you a good surprise on Friday.
Mis respetos para mi rival. Yo sé que es un gran boxeador, pero va a conocer lo que es el boxeo mexicano y de qué estamos hechos los mexicanos realmente.
He said that he's got a lot of respect for his opponent. He's a very good boxer, but he doesn't know Mexican boxers, and in reality, he's got a lot to bring to the table, and you should be a bit worried.
Oh, I know a lot about Mexican fighters. I fought a lot of Mexican fighters in my early days, and I spent 2 full weeks in Tijuana, Mexico, and I sparred the best there. I sparred Jaime Munguia, the world champion at 154, now up at 160, so I definitely do know a lot about Mexican fighters, and I'll be more than ready come fight night, and he's going to get a shock if he doesn't know what I bring to the table.
He doesn't seem too fazed by what you've just said.
Yo sé que los dos hemos hecho una gran preparación, ninguno tiene miedo, para eso estamos hechos y va a ganar el que mejor se haya preparado.
He said, you've clearly both done a lot of preparation, you're both ready for this fight, neither of you are scared of each other, it's going to be a massive fight on Friday night.
Anything?
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to a good night, and thanks to my opponent for taking the fight while 10 others didn't accept it, so happy to finally fight for the WBC Youth World title.
No holding back this Friday?
No, I'm going to go in there and show everyone what I can do. I'm only 22 years of age, but I'm going to show them all that I'm very experienced and what I can do.
Any final words from you?
No, mi agradecimiento es mío por la oportunidad, mi primer pelea de título y
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and it's his first title, and he's very excited, and yeah, as he said, first time in the UK, so big fight for him.
Thank you very much, both of you, Aaron. As we've said now, you've been calling out people for a long time. This is the time now. If you are successful, you'll have a target on your back, and those names that you call out will be closer than ever. So look forward to a great fight between both of you. We'll do the face-off.
One fist up this way, guys. Aaron, one fist up this way. Just one. Just one. Thanks, guys.
The eyes don't lie. That one is going to be very, very exciting. Co-main event of the evening, just before 10:30 p.m. Looking forward to that one very much. So, Isaac Chamberlain and Dylan Prazovic, the only two left to come. But beforehand, we're going to have Connor Slater, our matchmaker, and Scott Welch as well, to talk about this evening. Crystal Palace, Friday night. Tickets still on sale as well. It's going to be an exciting night. Connor, I want to come back to you. Aaron Mckenna, that is one scary fight.
Yeah, no, it was a good back and forth between the two guys, and I was looking forward to the fight before, but just seeing probably the ambition in Carlos up here, I'm sure he's coming to win, and really eager to get the upset over here.
Yeah, let's go on to the main event. We're going to have Isaac and Dylan joining us very soon. Isaac's got a lot to live up to, obviously, with his former opponent, Lawrence Okoli, fighting him in his most recent fight, Dylan Prazovic's most recent fight. He's going to be compared to him, but I feel like most importantly, he needs to get a good win under his belt.
Yeah, I think he's proven himself as a real top fighter, Isaac, and he's coming through and he's looking incredible. So I think he's more than ready to do the job, definitely.
It's a world level fight, as you say. The winner of this is going to be near enough top 10 with the IBF. The IBF ranked number 1 is vacant. So, you know, Maris Breeders may even be watching Isaac Chamberlain. He knows that he's got a big name and a big platform behind him. Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, no, I think the cruiserweight division, especially domestically, will be looking out for this. You know, you have Chris Billum-Smith, Tommy McCarthy, Richard Riakporhe, even Lawrence Coley himself, obviously being in with the 2 guys. So I definitely think the other domestic cruiserweights will be looking at this fight and seeing if Isaac will be able to take that step towards world title level again. It's
exciting because they're almost guaranteed to see a knockout. Dylan Prazovic has 12 knockouts in his career. And Isaac Chamberlain, his last 3 performances were all knockouts, and his last one was at the end of round 1. He seemed a bit frustrated because he wanted to get a bit more time in the ring, but maybe that frustration can be let out this Friday.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be turning down a round 1 knockout this weekend, so I think he'll be looking for more of the same. But no, I think the last 3 performances have been really exciting for Isaac, and he's shown glimpses of what he can produce, but I definitely think he has to really get the best out of himself this Friday too.
So the last show in the Midlands, we had Shakan Pitters and Reece Cartwright along with River Wilson-Bent, Tyler Denny. The show before that, we had the Sam Egginson fight. None of them were disappointing. All 3 of them were Sam Egginson was top fight of the year for me. And then the fight on November the 13th, those 2 fights there were also very, very good fights. So the main events at Hennessy recently haven't been disappointed, so why shouldn't people tune in on Friday?
Yeah, I think pressure on for Prazovic and Isaac to get another eye-catching fight. I think, as you said, Sam Egginson's fight was an unbelievable war for the 12 rounds it lasted. I think on Friday night, this really could go at any stage, and both guys are explosive punchers, and you know, I think it's going to be really exciting for different reasons than probably why Sam's fight was exciting.
And Scott, 2 of your people, obviously with Hennessy Sports and the stable, Tommy unfortunately won't be fighting, but it's a good platform to have him on and to be headlining these kind of shows within the next year.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, who wouldn't want to be on Channel 5?
Terrestrial.
So, you know, terrestrial TV. We grew up with it. So these guys, that's what makes them household names. And to see these young guys coming through is fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to seeing them. These guys can really fight as well, so it's going to be very exciting. So
people will be missing Tommy. Obviously, he's usually the guaranteed knockout on this fight card, along with the McKennas. Just a quick update where he is and how soon he's going to be back.
He's so 2 weeks ago I was quite ill. I had a bad nose and all my head was congested, and he's got something very similar. He's got headaches at the moment, and he doesn't feel right at all. So we said just have a few days out and then get yourself back, and hopefully he'll get through it by over the weekend, probably a week or so. It's definitely knocked in for 6 at the moment though, so yeah, there's a lot of bugs out there. So.
But Idris back on Friday, as we say, and he's certainly got potential to headline a card in 2022.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, let's wait and see. And you know, I believe he's going to perform to the best he's ever looked. So wait and see. Tune in. Make sure.
What do you make as a trainer specifically about the Nathan Heaney fight? I do want to talk about it because they both seem up for it, and it seems like it could be genuinely close.
I mean, listen, Nathan Heaney's a confident kid. He's showing that he's a confident kid. Whether he really is, I don't know. Idris is growing every week in the gym. He's getting better and getting stronger and finding his feet more. It'd be explosive. I think it could be a cracking fight, and who wouldn't want to see that? So.
And heavier weight this time for Idris.
Can't talk about me not coming to the stage.
Once again. Heavier weight this time round as well?
No, last minute opponent, obviously. Oh, damn. Obviously opponents out there are afraid to fight me, so this is last minute, so only opponent who get at this certain time at a certain weight.
Okay. Is there anything you were going to say there?
No. I mean, we just, you know, it is what it is. He'll come in, we'll do the job, and then on the next one we'll get everything right again.
How far are you from the headline show?
Mr. Hennessy. That question's for him, to be honest with you.
I think you've got the promotional side of things on lock, but there's obviously a big name that needs to happen, which is why I keep bringing up Nathan Heaney.
Yeah, that is a big name, but there's other big names out there who I can fight on a headlining. As I said before, I'm ready. Are they ready? And just let's get it on. I'm a phone call away.
Connor, who are you looking at matching the likes with Idris up?
Yeah, well, I think speaking to Scott and Ben, they're really ambitious with where Idris is at. They talk about the stories of him inspiring and how the quality work that he puts in there, and not to mention names, but people that he's been sparring, that he's been really overpowering and in the gym.
So
yeah, not to mention names. No, I'll leave that to Mr. Love Island over there. But no, they're really ambitious. I'm putting names towards them where myself, Mick, John are looking at names, and they want more. They want better quality. They want to be pushing on to. It was even something after the last fight. They wanted to step up to 8 rounds, really to make a statement, to show how progressive they want to be with Idris. So yeah, no, I think it's going to be exciting. And as you said, this first 8 rounder now on Friday, and then hopefully kick on for title fights in 2022.
Well, thank you for coming up again. None of this matters. The only thing that matters is that you guys tune in, and Idris puts on a good performance on Friday night. Thank you very much once again. We're going to get Isaac Chamberlain joining me now.
And the new one!
Thank you very much.
That's one.
So, Isaac Chamberlain, as we know, his opponent's going to be here, Dylan Prazovic, very, very soon. Isaac, it's good to see you back. You can sit there. Good to see you, Bobby, as well. Isaac, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Bobby, about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
So, big fight, biggest fight in a while, this one. Obviously, a world title fight that your opponent's coming off the back of, and he's at world level.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. We've been doing tremendous work. We've had a great training camp with Bobby Mills, my coach, and my assistant coach, Connor Ward. We've been working tremendously hard, and we've really prepared. As you can see, you're going to see at the weigh-in the shape that I'm going to be in because of the work that I put in. We based ourselves away in Birmingham because, my child was born 2 weeks ago, and
Congratulations.
Thank you. And yeah, it was such a surreal moment. Now it's something that I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for my son, I'm fighting for my missus, I'm fighting for my little family. And that's so motivating for me. It makes me get up early in the morning and do my work and do my runs and do my training, even when I don't feel like it. And credit to my coaching team, Bobby and Connor, because the work that they put into me is amazing. They took time out of their normal work schedules, and I have nothing but respect and admiration for both of them.
And your headlining, this is your hometown. You must be extremely excited about that specifically as well.
Oh yeah, I'm very, very excited. I ain't fought in London for a long time, and to be back with all my people there, everybody's gonna be coming.
Bobby, I want to come to you. What's it like working with Idris day in, day out? Obviously, he had a gap, he had a time off with a shoulder injury. Isaac, what did I just say?
I said Idris, bro.
Sorry. Well, it happens. Isaac, yeah, what's it like working with him day in, day out? Obviously, he had the shoulder injury, but he's back now. He had a round 1 stoppage, and it ended after round 1.
Yeah, do you know what? He is a pleasure to train. He's a real student of the game. He always wants to learn, so he's always eager for more information. He's always asking questions, and to train someone like that is a real pleasure. It's quite refreshing. So, he's ready. He's been training, like he said, in Birmingham for the last 4 weeks, and taking him away and putting him sort of just in a training camp where he focused on nothing but his training, his nutrition, all parts, all elements of his program. He's, as you can see from the shape he's in, he's ready.
Well, here we have Dylan Prazovic about to meet each other for the first time. Thank you for joining us, Dylan. Second fight in the UK this year. Good to see you, first of all. Thank you very much for being here.
How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Second fight in the UK this year. Then talk to us about this fight on Friday. How excited are you?
I'm not good with English, but I can say something. I'm travel all day, and I'm very tired. I can't wait 3 day fighting and better let win.
You're not going to be tired on Friday. You're going to be ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Always ready.
Are you going to translate? Is that all right? As in, you can speak in first language and then we can translate. Is that all right? Okay. No, it's fine. I thought you said you don't speak. Okay, no worries. So the winner of this fight is likely going to be top 15 with the IBF. There's no number one ranked with the IBF at the moment. Are you looking to potentially fight Maris Breeders? Obviously, you've just come off a world title fight, but another one potentially?
We are not that good with English.
Maris Breeders, potentially, if you're successful, obviously. There's a lot at stake on Friday, first of all, but is he someone that you'd like to fight?
Of course.
And as for yourself, obviously, that's a big statement that needs to be made on Friday night. Do you feel like you have to KO him with the likes of Lawrence Okoli, who's knocked him out in round 3, and you're going to get compared to him a lot? Does that put pressure on you to knock out Prazovic over here on Friday?
Not at all, because Prazovic is a elite level fighter. You know, this is at the world stage. You know, the winner of this could potentially fight for a world title. You know, so I'm not gonna compare my performance with Lawrence's, because at this level, you know, anything can happen. You know, you have to come in with the right mindset. And I really appreciate Prazovic for taking this fight. We've asked many fighters and they've declined. You know, Alexei Papin, Riyad Merhi. We asked. Alexei Tishenko, he's the gold medalist. He declined. You know, because we really want to establish ourselves as the best in the division. So massive credit to Prazovic. You know, a great fighter, and can't wait for Friday.
Why did you take this fight? Because obviously you've had a fight this year in the UK. What made you want to come over again?
This is my chance. I'm not afraid nobody, and I want to fight.
What did you learn in your last fight against Lawrence Okoli?
That I'm how I say. That was really hard. 70,000 people. That is not a good first time I boxing that big match. And
are we going to see a better version of you, and how much have you changed since that fight?
Of course. I give my best, and we will see in Friday.
How much have you changed since that fight, and what have you been working on as well?
I'm not have big time. I'm focused on my one tactic, and I will show in Friday.
And as for yourself, obviously your last opponent wasn't to the level of the man standing to the left of me, sitting to the left. This one's a big fight. How much have you prepared, and how frustrated were you actually with the way the last one ended? It was after round 1, but it seemed like you needed more rounds to learn a bit.
I ain't really focused on the past, you know, I'm focused on the present and what's happening in front of me. You have to take every fight step by step, because every fight that you have is very important. So I'm just focused on preparing for what's in front of me, and then after we move forward.
Every fighter in camp, and especially in fight week, they vision what's going to happen. They vision walk into the ring. How do you envision this Friday night going main event?
I'm just going to take everything in my stride, you know, visualizing winning in an emphatic fashion, you know, and being the best that I can be, because I still think people haven't seen my real potential. So I'm just ready to go.
What are we going to see from you, particularly this Friday, but also in the near future? Because, like I say, the likes of Maris Breeders, you're going to be ranked near enough number 1 if you have another couple of wins in 2022. That fight's its potential is close for it. It's close.
Yeah, definitely. But the main thing is just focusing on what's in front of me. You can't get too ahead of yourself. You know, as John Pegg has said before many times in the gym, you know, you're on the stairs. You have to take one step at a time. You can't jump stairs. You know, you can't jump the steps. So you have to really take everything in its stride, one by one. I have a great team. I'm an amazing team. You know, I have to big up Mick Hennessy for everything that he's done for me. You know, thank you to Michael Saul as well. To all the guys, because they've done a tremendous job.
Why is this the right fight for you at the right time, this man here?
Because he just came off a world title fight. You know, he's very, very highly ranked. He's a very good boxer as well. Previously, he was undefeated, you know. So he's a very, very, very good boxer. And I have to bring my game. You know, I have to bring my game, and that's what I've prepared mentally for. So it's going to be great on Friday. You know, my coach Bobby has created a great game plan, and I'm just ready to go.
And as for yourself, what do you feel like you're going to bring differently this time?
I give everything from me.
Give everything every time, but this man, what do you think he's going to bring to the ring? What have you worked on? What do you think he's going to bring into the ring on Friday night? What are you looking for in this man?
I'm not have big time, and I'm not look Isak, but I look one match with Okoli, and he's good boxer, and he's young, and I don't know. We will see on Friday everything.
We'll definitely see. Fireworks guaranteed. These two both love knockouts. It's live and it's always free with Hennessy Sports on Channel 5. 10:30 p.m. Do not miss it, and 5:30 p.m. on YouTube for the undercard. We'll square these guys off now. Thank you very much.